Good day, everyone. Today I will be making predictions for all 10 Formula One teams for the 2022 season, each in 30-second intervals or less. Okay? I don't think it's controversial to say that the Silver Arrows are going to be the best team on the grid. I personally think that's going to go to a different team because of the new cars and regulations. It's not safe to say Mercedes will be the best, but they've won 8 titles in a row. It's a good choice. Now, George Russell, I think, is going to be good. He's certainly going to be good, and I hope he does good. I like the guy, but he won't be world championship material, of course, especially not on your first year. And Lewis Hamilton, one of the greatest of all time, one of the best. He's going to keep on keeping on, so one of the best on the grid. Red Bull kept their full driver lineup, Sergio Perez, and world champion of 2021, Max Verstappen. I really don't think there's going to be a lot to say about them here. Max Verstappen will still be extremely amazing. Sergio Perez will still be a good second man to him. Possibly even better, though. He was kind of shaky last year. And Red Bull, I think, can go for a Constructors' Championship this year. They can shoot for that. Other than that, I don't have much else to say about Red Bull. Their car's looking good, but yeah. Well, Ferrari thought it'd be really cool if they just put bathtubs on the side of their car, so I guess that's something. But Carlos Sainz and Charles Leclerc is, in my opinion, the absolute best driver lineup in Formula One right now. Both just such talented drivers. Carlos Sainz, one of the most consistent, especially last year. And Charles Leclerc, he has real world championship potential. And I'm very biased because I love Ferrari. But their car's looking good for testing. They're going to be amazing this year, I think. For McLaren, Daniel Ricciardo is a lot better than what his last year was. And I know some people are like, oh, he's washed. Oh, he's old. I still think he has at least one more, or maybe many more good years in him, but that's just me. Lando Norris is very good. And I think Ricciardo and Norris is going to pay off this year, that lineup. Their car's looking pretty okay in testing. There's a bit of that shaking and porpoising issue, but I think that, not championship material, McLaren will still be pretty good. Fernando Alonso deserves an amazing, well, not end, because I hope he's not retiring this year, but latter end to his career. I just think that, the man deserves it. He's an absolute legend, but I'm not convinced on the Alpine. I hope they do good, but I've heard of some problems. Again, I've only heard. It's not for sure. Maybe I'll eat my words later, but I don't know. I still think they're going to be okay, but I just hope they can give something to Alonso. AlphaTauri, the sloppy seconds of Red Bull Racing. Now, I do say that as a compliment because I would love to be the sloppy seconds of Red Bull. That was really weird. I'm sorry. Yuki Tsunoda didn't really live up to his hype last year, and I do think he'll do that this year because Pierre Gasly, more experienced and stuff. I don't know, people probably said it last year, But I can only hope that they do good because I like those two guys and haven't heard of any huge problems with the car. I think they can be, I'll say it, 4th best team on the grid. Considering that I'm only 16 years old and a Gen Z merchant, I never saw Williams racing team at their height in popularity, and I've only heard of all that, and it's kind of sad seeing them always at the back of the grid because of that, but Alex Albon and Nicholas Latifi, 2 talented drivers. I think Latifi is very underrated, so I can only hope they've made a lot of progress, because that's the only thing really saving them. That's the only thing I can really say. I love their livery, though. That's very nice. After totally not wasting the end of Kimi Räikkönen's year in 2021, Alfa Romeo now has 2 new drivers, Guanyu Zhou and Valtteri Bottas. And Zhou, new rookie coming on, I think that's exciting. And he has Valtteri Bottas as a teammate, who, he's got wins, he's got tons of podiums. I think, you know what? I think they could be underrated. Joe, rookie guy, but I don't know. The Alpha was very underwhelming to me last season, but I can feel it. Well, Haas has been through quite a lot after their Russian oligarch funder and a Russian driver both got kicked out of F1 because of their ties to Vladimir Putin. That was a pretty interesting story. But Kevin Magnussen came back, and he seems to be doing great so far. He set a fastest time in the preseason testing. And Mick Schumacher, one of my favorite, probably my favorite guy, on the grid. He seems like such a nice guy. And, they put so much time and effort into this 2022 garbage. I can hope it all pays off. They all deserve it, especially Gunther. Well, for the Aston Martin, I think that Sebastian Vettel, probably my second favorite guy on the grid. I really love that guy. He's kind of in the same position as Fernando Alonso in the Alpine, where he's getting kind of older, kind of in that ending latter half of his career. So I just hope that the Aston Martin's able to give him something good that he can maybe compete in, maybe for just podiums in general, where he can have a good ending to his career. If this is the end to his career, which I hope it's not. I love you, Sebastian. Please stay for a bit. Well, according to my sources, the video is over now. So hopefully you learned something. Maybe you learned what porpoising was. Maybe you learned what Formula One was. But yeah, see ya.